Myself, I'm R.BHUSHAN. It is today 17th of September 2019. The Hindu editorial, one of the beautiful topic, the debut of PeriYar through a story. The moniker was we used to for the reformer whose birth anniversary is being observed today in 1934. This article was written by A.R. The earliest reference in Tamil literature, E.V. Ramaswamy PeriYar, was in the Pedu Mai Pitham short story Puthaya Nadan, the new Nandan, which appeared to be the weekly of the Manikhori on July 22, 1934, to think about at least surprising the Pedu Mai Pithan was the first writer to reference about the leader of the PeriYar was the pioneer modernist, and that the story was carried that the Manikodi, 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 Manikodi. Puthaya Nandan is narrated the sequel of the well-known story of Nandanari in the standard version handed over the Sekijars, PeriYar, Purnam, 12th century, and that fleshed out by the Gopal Krishnan Bharti's Nandanar Charitra Kirithani, mid-19th century. Nandan is a Dalit serf-bound Brahmin landlord. His devotion to Shiv impels him to seek darshan in the Chittambaram temple out of the bounds for the due to the in case of the after many travels and final order by he becomes one of the lad and is defied as a through Parivilnarayanar. Serfdom despite salvation, serfdom despite salvation, serfdom despite salvation, serfdom despite salvation, serfdom despite salvation. Pudu Mai Pitham begins his story and set in the Adanur village in century letters. A long time had passed since Nanda Sabham had passed through the cleansing fire, becoming the Nanda Nayanar. The entire story is narrated in such a sentences brimming with irony and sarcasm. The narrative is fast reaching the denouncement in the barely 6 pages, and in the verses allusion make it clear and understanding and employment story in the predicted on a no knowledge of the Sekhijar and the Gopal Krishnan Bharati and the Pudu Mai Pithan creates a new characters among whom PADHAO is central. Adanur is a very now a sleepy place. Adanur is a very sleepy place, blissfully unaware of the event of the advent of British Nandan's canonizations, and notwithstanding the Dalit quarter, the Cheri have still not attained salvation. Brahmins continue, Brahmins continue, Brahmins continue. Continue to lease out their lands to Dalits as before. The inhabitants remain bound, not only the Brahmin landlords but the absentee British sahibs as well. The descended from the Brahmin PeriYar Purnam times, the landlord Vishwanath Srauti is also the pension, the sub-registrar. His loyalties between the British Empire and the eternal Sanatan Dharma. His only son Ramanathan, an M.A. captivated by Gandhian ideas, his quoted arrest during the civil disobedience movement. The Cheri was like Karupam, a blind old man in his youth. The knowingly stepped into the bound in the Agraham and gulped some water. Hell broke loose and the Vishwanathan Shruti. Then a young man gave Kurupam such a thrashing that lost sight aside, but at make attempts. He appointed Kurupam watch his garden, let him build arrange his marriage. Kurupam's firstborn Pavadi is one of the same age of the landlord's son and is also boyhood friend. One day, Rev. John Iyer, a Vellar Christian pastor, visits the Adanar Cheri spirit about the God. Impressed by the Pavadi intellect, he offers incentives of his for his conversion. Kurupam is always wished for his son as have English educations and therefore agrees. Pavadi gets enrolled in the school. John Iyer turns out of the brilliant student, clearing his school and finally since John Iyer is a daughter whose friendship with Pavadi turns into the menace, believing the John Ayers of preaching about the Christianity, not even entertaining inquiries of the Hindu religion. Pavadi, who now goes by the name of the Daniel John, proposes the marriage in the response to John following choice. Castious slurs throws him out of his house. He hard-born Daniel now turns to the Catholicism and spends some years in the seminary seminary, but the unnatural desires of the presence of the claustrophobic atmosphere of the church leave him disillusioned. Joining hands with the PeriYar, he then quit the church and joined the PeriYar self-respect movement, adopting the name of the comrade. Narsinangam, he becomes its staunch campaigner. On returning to Adanur, Narsingham is overwhelmed by the thought of the emancipating his village, meaning Ramnathan, the Brahmin landlord's son, who has returned home much of the father's Chagin. He is now involved in the Harijan uplift. On one moonlit night, Ramnathan hears a splash in the well and jumps in it. It's a Karupam's daughter natural instinct to take over, and the remorseful Ramanathan later promises to marry her. However, both the girl and her father dismisses the idea as outlandish. At this time, the Gandhi on the Harijan tour, which is planned to 5 minute stop to Adanur, Vishwanathan Suruti is ready to refute Gandhi's thesis that untouchability has no spiritual sanction. This objective is twofold: to defeat Gandhi's ideas and to demonstrate the glories of the Sanatan Dharma to his son. Comrade Narsingham too wants to confront Gandhi for not going to enough untouchability question. Now in the know of the sister's affair, he tries to persuade his father to marry Ramanathan, but is unable to convince him. A furious Narsingham swears to expose the Brahmins' deviousness. The huge crowd mills around the stage. The blind Karupam stumbles on the path, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Mahatma Ramnathan, who has made the arrangements of the Gandhi stopover. Comrade Narsingham also hurried to the event. At that moment, the Madras mail speed post, the two notice that the old man is on the track. As the attempt to save Karupam, all the three run over their blood mixed together. Pudu Mui Pithan concludes by asking among the three who is the new Nandan. After the Pune Pact, PeriYar movement at the time was relatively new and had only recently returned from the transformation tour of the Soviet Union and Europe. By this time, he had become a strident critic of Mahatma Gandhi. The Pune Pact was less than 2 years in and had accentuated the differences between the PeriYar and the backed B.R. Ambedkar and Gandhi, who is in the response to Ambedkar's challenge and had started Harijan campaign. This contest of the Puthai Nandan. While Puthu may be thin, so it's rather clear he could only be in the side of the oppressed. He doesn't take sides in the story and keeps a critic distance while representing all the ideological stands fairly. He refers to E.V. Ramaswamy as PeriYar Ramaswamy, a title few that granted to the radical. November 1932, PeriYar had given a call to the people of drop honorific and urged the use of Thojar, comrade, compel appellation by which Pudai Mithan refers to the Narsingham in his story. No wonder C. Rajgopalachari, on reading of the Pudu Pithan stories, wondered in the author as not a sun moon, a self-respecter. Thank you so much.